Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Tech with Ashwant. In this video, let us see how to create Databricks Workspace with Unity Catalog in Azure. So if you do not have the Azure account, I request you to create an Azure account. And if you're a student, you're going to get some credits for you to work along. All right. So Databricks is integrated with Azure as well, and it's available on the Azure Marketplace. So how do you create a workspace is what we are going to see in this video. So if you have the Azure account, log in, and this is the page where you will land. Now go into the search bar and search for Azure Databricks, and you should be seeing this one. So click and open that. So this is the kind of a new interface that you are looking at right now, a new version of the browser experience. And if you want the older one, you can switch that as well. Okay. So once you are here to create one, you can just click on create here, or you can also click on create. So I'll click on create here. And here you need to submit the basic details that are required in order for you to create the workspace. For example, the subscription. So you need to select the subscription to manage deployed resources and the cost. So you should use resource groups like folders to organize and manage all your resources. Okay. So for this one, I'm using MSDN platform subscription. So if you have a properly created subscription, go ahead and use that as well. Now for the resource group, I'm going to create a new resource group. So I'll click on create new, and I'll say TWY workspace. Okay. So what's the meaning of TWY? It's Tech with Yashwant and the workspace. I'll click on OK. And I should also give a name for the workspace as well. So I'll give the same name. Okay. And a region where you want to deploy this particular workspace, you need to select that as well. As most of the resources and new additions will be there on US East region. So I'm going to select US East. And pricing tier, you need to select the one that is available for you. So if you see here, there are three different options, rather two. The other one is trial, which is also a premium tier, but the other thing is standard and premium. So in standard, you would get Apache Spark and security with Microsoft Entra ID. But if you go with premium, you can work with DLD, and you will also get role-based access control capabilities with the premium workspaces. And the trial one, where you will get 14 days of free DBUs, that is Databricks unit. So you will be only getting 14 days of free trial. I think that should be good for you to getting started. So if you have an Azure account, select the tier as a trial account. But as I have credits and I can spend, I will be selecting premium, but make sure to select trial if you cannot afford to lose money. Okay. So I'll select premium for now. And I also need to provide the resource group name, the managed resource group. At the end, after creating the resources, what Microsoft will do is it will create all the resources under a single managed group where you can manage all the resources. Right. So I'll provide a name to that. I'll call that as I'll provide a name -sg at the end. And if you are good with all the details, click on networking. And here, if you want to deploy your Azure Databricks with the secure cluster connectivity, meaning no public IP access provided to your workspace, go ahead and select yes. As this is a demonstration, we will see this in future as well, how to deploy this. But for now, I'll select no. Okay. Then if you want to deploy Azure Workspace in your own VNet, which is already created, go ahead and select yes. Okay. So if you select yes, you can select the VNet and the subnet details. But if you want Databricks, rather ARM templates of Microsoft to create a VNet for you, just select no to keep it simple. Okay. Next, let's go to encryption. And if you want to encrypt your data, and if you want to encrypt your disk and the services, you can do that as well. But for this video, I'm going to skip this. Security and compliance, I'm not going to change anything here. I'll go to tags. If you want to add tags, go ahead and add it for you to explore what is the cost associated with what resources. I leave it up to you. And after that, click on review and create. So it will validate the provided details. If those are valid, only then you will be able to create the resources. Okay, so I think the details that we provided are valid. So let's go ahead and click create. Once we hit create, so the initialization of the deployment will start, and Azure will send the ARM templates for the deployment. So it will take some time for the workspaces to be created. So let's wait until the deployment is complete. So if you see here, currently the deployment is in progress. Once it is done, the deployment is completed is what you are going to see. Okay, so let's wait until then and see how it looks. Okay. All right, so if you see here, the deployment is now complete. Let's go to the resource and see what all the deployment has been completed. Okay, so if you see here, the status is active. This is the resource group name that we provided. It's deployed in East US, and the subscription ID, all those details. And you can see the workspace URL as well, and the pricing tier, which is premium. And you can also see managed resource group. I told you Databricks will create some resources which are required in order for you to work with the workspaces. So those resources will be residing under managed resource group. Let's go ahead and check it. So if I click on the resource group, you can see this is the identity. This is the storage account which is required for DBFS, Databricks file system. So if you do not know what's it, I will be covering that in the next video, so hold on till the very end. And as we are going to create a Unity catalog enabled workspace, so it is also creating Unity catalog access connector by default. And this is the workspace security group and the network itself. So remember, we asked Databricks, Azure, to create the networking setup for us. So it has went ahead and created the VNet as well. So let's go back one step and let's go to resource. And here, if you see, if you are logging into the workspace for the first time, you will have to click on launch workspace, because the user identity should be added as the admin as soon as you click launch workspace. If you just click on the URL, I don't think it will work. So click on launch workspace, and the workspace will log in using the Azure Entra ID details, and you don't have to provide any other details, because that's as soon as you log into the portal, that will be helping you to log into the workspace as well. So this will also help you in terms of security and compliance. So that's a good thing as well. And if you see here, this is what we get as part of the workspace. So we will be going through what are these components in the next video. I'll explain what a workspace, what is a catalog, and all those things. So hold on till the very end of the series. So this is the workspace, name that we used. And if you see, this is the admin side and all those things. So in the next video, I'll be explaining or exploring all the details when it comes to the workspace itself. I'll break down what is notebooks, all the things that we see on the left-hand side as well as the right-hand side. So if you are excited for the next video, let me know in the comments. And if you're liking the content that I'm creating, please consider subscribing and share it with your friends. Thank you, and I will see you in the next one.